Okay guys, I don't know if you've ever experienced hearing your client's very first word for the very first time and you being their very first clinician, but it feels so good. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jasmine if you didn't know, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about 3 lessons I've learned in my clinical fellowship thus far. So I'm currently in my 6th month of my CF. I'll be done with my 2nd segment in a matter of weeks, and I really took the time lately to reflect on how far I've come so far in my CF, and in that reflection I learned 3 major things that I want to share with you guys. So lesson number 1 is sometimes you're going to feel overwhelmed, but just understand that it's not going to last forever. I specifically think back to when I first started my CF and I had almost 30 evaluations right out the gate to build up my caseload. In that moment, I remember feeling super overwhelmed, like I couldn't do it, like it was so much, I didn't know if I was going to do it right. There were so many things and so many questions of doubt that popped into my mind. And it's crazy to think that that was nearly 6 months ago. You are not your current issue, and you're always going to be able to move past it. Even in my 6th month, I have a lot of paperwork to do, and it's easy to feel like I'm spending more quality time with my paperwork than I am with my actual patients. And a way that I have really found to help me get over that feeling of being overwhelmed, like you have so much to do, is to figure out a way to deal with the stress of that moment. For me, what I did was legit sit down and plan out my next 3-4 weeks of a schedule. And while that doesn't work for everyone, that is something that eased my mind and made me manage my situation a lot better. Because if you don't manage your situation, that overwhelmingness, that feeling of having too much on your shoulders will overcome you instead of you overcoming it and taking control of that situation. And so I share this to say that a lot of times when we're first starting, or even if we're years into this profession, sometimes it could just seem like it's too much. But in those times, just try to recognize that this is not the first time that you have gotten through something super overwhelming, and it's very likely that you'll get through whatever it is that is causing you stress. Just find a good plan to get over that overwhelmingness so you can move through it and move past it. The second thing I've learned that I think is super important, not only in our profession, but just in life, is that while it is very easy to compare yourself to someone else's journey, the things that you go through are what make you who you are. And so if you ever find yourself looking over at someone and wondering or thinking that they're doing so much better than you, or that they're doing a different opportunity that you're not doing, just remember that everything that comes your way for a reason, and it's going to make you the person that you are. And even if something seems easier on someone else's journey, it's likely that it's not as easy as it looks, and they're going through the things that they're going through to become the person that they're meant to be, and you are on your current journey to be who you're meant to be. If we were all on the same journey, all on the same path, we'd basically be the same person, and honestly, that's extremely boring. Lastly, it's super important to remember your why. Even if you are super bogged down with all the things that you have to do, even if you feel overwhelmed, it's very important to take a step back and remember why you're doing the things that you're doing to begin with. And so I thought I'd share a really cool story with you guys really quickly about my very first client during my CF. He was my very first evaluation in July, and I've had him all this time, seeing him twice a week, and just last week he said his first word. And so while it feels like every single session you're just trying to get something out of him, or you're trying to figure out what it is you're doing so great that's helping this client, this patient, just remember that everything comes in its own time, and you are making a difference. That was a really special moment for me because it really showed me that yes, I'm doing 1,000,001 things, but those 1,000,001 things that I'm doing really do make a difference. And even if I don't see it in that moment, there's always going to be something along the way that's going to remind me of my purpose for doing what it is we're doing. So I just wanted to share those 3 lessons that I've learned so far in my CF, because anytime I can figure out some great advice for myself, I like to share it with you guys. If you guys have any other advice or you just want to say hello, feel free to do so down in the comments. And until next time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.